Well, Indonesian President Joko Widodo has introduced 6 new ministers in his cabinet. The major revamp includes the replacement of his health chief. Now, the changes are aimed at helping Indonesia recover from the pandemic. Chani Vatvani with this report.
After much speculation, President Widodo finally reshuffled his cabinet and announced 6 new appointments. But 3 appointments of those 6 are grabbing attention. First, a new health minister. We have Deputy Minister of State-Owned Enterprises Budi Gunadi Sadikin taking up the role, and Mr. Budi also leads the National Economic Recovery Task Force. It's worth noting that he is replacing Health Minister Terawan Agus Putranto as Indonesia is thick in its battle against COVID-19. Remember, there have been mounting public calls for the dismissal of Mr. Terawan, which can be traced back all the way to the month of March. Mr. Terawan also famously asked people to pray to keep the coronavirus away. President Widodo previously said that he is prepared to take extraordinary steps, including a cabinet reshuffle if his ministers fail to take the pandemic seriously. And Mr. Terawan has come under public scrutiny numerous times over his alleged incompetence in handling the pandemic in Indonesia. Mr. Budi, whilst without a health background, is a former banker, and high hopes will be riding on him to lead an effective mass vaccination and post-COVID strategy, especially given the fact that Indonesia is one of the worst hit countries in Southeast Asia and has frequently been criticized for a lack of coherent and effective strategy in tackling the coronavirus, with authorities flip-flopping on policies as well. Now, second is Surabaya Mayor Tri Risma Harini, who is the new Social Affairs Minister. Madam Risma, as she's popularly called, is widely known to be hardworking and clean, credited with transforming much of Surabaya, Indonesia's second largest city. She replaces Indonesia's former Social Affairs Minister, who was arrested on graft charges involving the distribution of COVID-19 social aid. Now, the third name grabbing attention is that of businessman Sandiaga Uno, who is now Minister for Tourism and the Creative Economy. Remember, Mr. Sandiaga was former Deputy Governor of Jakarta and also vice presidential candidate in the last presidential elections. Now, his business acumen will come in handy in kickstarting the tourism sector, which is not only one of the hardest hit sectors during the pandemic here in Indonesia, but it's also a key forex earner for the country as well. Now, the new ministers are expected to be inaugurated on Wednesday morning.